Good morning, and how are you today? I'm fabulous. I'm stammering a lot. I don't know why. I slept pretty well. Who's ready for a cup of joe? I am. Man, I hope you had a great day yesterday, and I hope you have a great one today. I'm waiting patiently for these documents that I need to sign before I officially accept this job. And I'm not taking the job until I see the offer in paper, in black and white, or on paper in black and white. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I get that today or tomorrow. I don't even know. Anyway, I read an article in the Wall Street Journal yesterday that I thought needed to be talked about, and coupling it with a couple of other things. In this article, it states that enrollments in universities not only are way down, I believe they said it was 1.7 million, approximately, less people enrolled in universities this year. But it's also the ratio of women to men, or the percentage of women to men. It's 60% women, roughly. 60% women, 40% men. By far the lowest number they've ever recorded for men going to universities. Now, not being a partisan, you get to see things from 5 different directions. And sure, I don't know. I have no idea what the percentage of each of these is, but you see kids are being told, you get a trade, universities, blah, 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 which are predominantly leaning in one direction ideologically, which they are. That's not being snarky or mean. They are. I mean, universities are predominantly very heavily left-leaning now. And maybe they have been for decades. I have no idea. But they are for now, that's for sure. But also other things, other factors too, that need to be considered. And I don't know why. I do know this. It's a harrowing number. There's nothing good about that. There's no balance in that number. And there needs to be balance in society for it to function correctly. Now you couple that with, over the last year, having studied this stuff, the suicide rate in this country, men versus women, has also gone up pretty dramatically. It's getting close to a ratio of 4 to 1 men to women. It wasn't that 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Much closer to 2.5. And you couple that. Now you look at that with the world too, because the world number is actually inverted. Women commit suicide to ratios like 1.75 to 1 over men. And when you think about some of the ideologies of these countries, I mean, where they're just horrific to women, that makes sense. But this country, it's literally almost 4 to 1. What's going on? I mean, this is not a good number. And we need to talk about this. And I'm wondering, the reason we don't talk about it is because, what, you want men to be superior? And that's no. I don't care who's superior or inferior. I could care less about that nonsense. I don't care who our leaders are. I don't care who runs these companies or whatever. I don't care. As long as they're competent. If you're white, black, man, woman, I don't know. What do I give a shit? But we don't even mention it. For some reason, it gets buried behind, the big issue of the day, white supremacy. What? Where? And this is part of the indoctrination that's going on right now. If you don't agree with me, you're a white supremacist. Even if you're black. Oh my gosh. It's just Larry Elder being called the blackface of white supremacy. I mean, in a newspaper. It's craziness. But look, we're letting this happen. So it's on all of us. Anyway, it's so bizarre and so confusing. It's a number that needs to be addressed. We need to start talking about this. Why? Certainly from the suicide situation. Man, I'm telling you, there are people that are struggling that you would never know. Never know. And when you think about people who suffer in silence, they're afraid to say anything. And if they do, people who don't understand depression and understand what that does to a human being, just grab yourself up by the bootstraps and deal with it. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You don't understand. If you've ever dealt with this, I've chronically dealt with it my entire adult life. And I'm telling you, that is not how it works. And sadly, we also have a pharmaceutical machine that loves to make money off of us. So I don't even want to get into that too much. That'll just drive me nuts. But the greater point being is that we need to have conversations with people, and you need to talk to people. If you're concerned about somebody, if you're not sure, even if talk to your friends, man. Just send them a random message. If you haven't heard from somebody in a while, say hello to them. Believe me, they'll get to a point. People who are suffering like that don't want to suffer like that. And they send messages. They will let you know that they're struggling in ways that might seem kind of benign. Hey, man, I haven't talked to you in a while. I don't know if I'm going to be talking to you anytime soon. I'm kind of busy. Things like that. If you get a message like that, red flag. Right? So I don't know why the suicide rate for men and women has gotten so separated in this country. All I do know is that I really wish it would stop. And if people are being driven to this and we're not talking, it's just going to get worse. If men aren't going to universities and they're choosing trades, okay, I don't know. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. I do know this. When people are making choices like that, something's going on. And the reason I think we need to discuss it more is if there's no balance, if there's going to be a correction, if we're losing that kind of balance where it's trending towards, in the not too distant future, 2 out of 3 people graduating out of universities as women, which is, like I said, I don't care about the ratios. It could be 90% women. What do I give a shit? But there has to be some balance to this. If there's no balance, something's wrong. And if something's wrong, the correction sometimes is not good. The correction, in fact, could be quite aggressive. It's one of the things I've been railing on about all of this stuff going on with the inclusiveness, diversity, ratio, crowd, whatever. There's no balance sometimes in the argument. Everything's about, well, you're a white male, you're evil. Well, go fuck yourself. All right, that's my response to that. You got to be an idiot to think that. And but I feel sorry in a way for them too, because they've been pushed down this path with constant indoctrination and constant messaging about one type of person is evil, and the only way we're going to fix it is to suppress them, and we're going to raise you up. We're going to raise you up by doing what? Lowering test scores? How does that help? It's so stupid. But it takes everybody to work that out, man. You have to talk to somebody. So you have to reach out and find out what's going on in people's lives. The only way this ends, look, it's a complete, I mean, this is Pickett's charge now, where there are people in power who want more, and they're going to divide people however they see fit to continue to have it. And they espouse a specific world ideology that is terrifying to think of, because it demands suppression. It demands suppression of one group of people to raise up another group of people. And it could be white, it could be black, it could be men, it could be women. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to understand, when you read up on all this nonsense, on how this stuff works, and how Marxism is just the core of evil. It's about balance, and it's about treating people as people and through their character, right? Well, when you have these kind of numbers, 40-60 and 4-1 almost, there's no balance in that, and it needs to be corrected. Or there will be a correction, and it won't be pretty. Because people lash out. Eventually, people just get pissed off. So please, reach out to somebody. That's the only way we can fix it. It's all we can do. I know it's a little inane. This is a lot of rambling today about that stuff. But I'm concerned. As I think we all should be. Anyway, you have a wonderful day today, okay? I want to try. I got to think of something fun tomorrow. I really do. Okay? I love you. You have a wonderful day. Talk to you tomorrow.